My name is Obi Nwaegbe. I'm a visual artist, a graduate of University of Nigerian Soccer. I work with acrylic primarily. I also use oils. For now, I have a lot of fascination for the conventional media, my oils, my acrylics. I do a lot of drawings as well. I'm a figurative painter in a lot of ways. And I prefer to render my figures with acrylic. With the drawings, I use pencil, I use charcoal. I use Conte sometimes when I want to add some color outside the normal. I also work with pastels when I want to create complete color schemes out of my drawings. I think the visual arts chose me. I would say I've always had that disposition as a young boy. I had a whole lot of interest in drawing and making scribbles anywhere I could, in classroom, in the bedroom, everywhere, And the good thing about it was that it had kind of the support of those who were close to me, my dad, my parents actually. My dad had a particular disposition towards my talents. The movements I actually have a thing for, I tend towards the expressionists, the European, American movements of the 50s. I think something about the freedom of their renderings, their way of life, their thinking, was something I was able to merge with my own roots. As someone who grew up in Eastern Nigeria, I saw a lot of things in common with some of the ideas and motifs I met as a young student in school, and some of the ideas I saw in other parts of the world. I think these are things that give the mind the fertility to go beyond the realities of everyday life and try to fashion out new ideas to create new visions for humanity and for human progress. So yeah, I have a lot going between myself, my background, and a hybrid with the expressionist ideas that I've come to encounter, which is more like a global movement as it is today. We had a year that had some, I would call it some natural intervention with the emergence of coronavirus and a whole lot of government measures that were put in place to try to contain it. So the artist is naturally within his domain as someone on shutdown, because a lot of the time you're working at home, you really put a lot of time and energy to doing your own thing. And if you happen to have your studio at home, you are working within your environment. The only difference is that now you are compelled. It's a compulsion to be at home. You no longer have the luxury of people visiting you in your studio, which is something that usually happens. So you find yourself working in isolation. That is exactly what happened with me. And a lot of the themes around my work that period had to do with myself and any other person that was close to me. My wife, for instance, you will see a lot of depictions of myself and my wife in the many paintings I did this year, particularly from the mid of the year downwards. And some of the pictures are also of myself either walking into the studio or just thinking about all the trouble of the year. So it was more of an imposition of a state by the happenings that we witnessed through the year. You need to persevere and you need to be true to yourself. You need to follow your instincts. You need to follow your creative drive. It's okay to get influenced by people and movements. We all do. Nobody creates ideas out of a vacuum. But you must stay true to yourself. And you have to discover what your energies are, what your best spots are, and then you promote yourself in that direction while developing your potentials to the maximum capacity.